Ano, team bubble wrap is actually going to work.
Yeah, I get him. Check this out.
Okay. You okay?
I think that heat expanding stuff is true. Getting small kind of hot in here.
Oh, no.
It's raining over here. How we pump water stuff? Oh, careful.
Make sure to have an electrical contractor and licensed electrician do your photovoltaic installations and electrical work.
IBEW Local 1186, lighting your path to the future.
ESPN Honolulu presents Call the Coach with Timmy Chang tonight at 6 p.m. at Ruby Tuesday in the Moanalua Shopping Center. Attend the show in person with John Veneri and Coach Timmy Chang. Hear the show on ESPN Honolulu or your smart speaker, or watch it on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Meet Coach Chang, enjoy some great food, and win prizes too. Brought to you by Pacxa, Ruby Tuesday, Hawaii, IBEW Local 1186, Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union, Hawaii Pacific Health, and HGEA.
Hey, Kia dude.
Why? You know a dude.
Whoa, I mean guy.
Why? You know a guy.
Yeah, I heard you got a new shipment of Kia Souls.
Yep. It's our best-selling vehicle. It's roomy. Lots of high-tech features, lots of safety features, the best warranty, and 32 miles to the gallon.
Dude, I mean God, all my friends are saying great things about Kias.
Pretty awesome, right?
Right. Looks like the stars are talking to me, bro.
Just go online to alohakia.com and click Aloha Kia Express Purchase. If you have any questions, we'll get you all your answers.
AlohaKia.com.
You know a guy.
If you missed out on the biggest high school football games of the weekend, catch up at ESPNHonolulu.com. We have scores, recaps, and photo galleries of the biggest games. Mahalo to Native Apparel, 808 Futsal, Kiha Public Skating, the Waikiki Maliga by Outrigger, and 808 Kitchen and Catering.
The UH Rainbow Warriors are making a splash. ESPN Honolulu is hosting a football viewing party in Wet 'n Wild, Hawaii on Saturday, October 15th. Watch Hawaii take on Nevada at or in the Hawaiian Waters Wave Pool. Kickoffs at 6 p.m. Win tickets to the next UH football game. Wear your sports gear and get $5 off your season pass and a free upgrade to the Big Kahuna season pass. For details, go to wetandwildhawaii.com.
This is ESPN Honolulu, KKEA Honolulu, AM 1420 and K224FR, Honolulu, 92.7 FM. ESPN Honolulu Sports Center, brought to you by Spectrum Business. With over 99.9% network reliability, Spectrum Business keeps small business running.
This is Sports Center. Hello there, I'm Mark Robbins. It is getting late in L.A. The Dodgers in the top of the ninth, trailing San Diego at Dodger Stadium. It is 5-3 Padres. Game's on ESPN Radio. If you'd like to listen to the end of this one, the Padres and the Dodgers going back and forth. L.A. with 3 solo home runs for all of their offense to this point. Now in Atlanta, the Braves, even their series with the Phillies, had a game apiece with a 3-0 victory. Kyle Wright started, went 6 innings, gave up just 2 hits, struck out 6. Afterward, he explains the simplicity of his process.
I like to keep it pretty loose anyways, so for me, I just kind of check that out a little bit and enjoy the time with the teammates, watch some TV, play on my phone a little bit. So just try to keep it light and loose. Once it was time for me to, once I had enough time, or I knew roughly when we were going to start, then I was able to get back into my normal pregame routine. But I think for me, it was just about keeping it chill and hanging out with the guys.
That's Atlanta starter Kyle Wright talking about getting through that 3-hour rain delay. Friday, Game 3 in Philadelphia. It'll be on ESPN Radio because every Major League Baseball postseason game can be heard on ESPN Radio. In the NFL, Raiders wideout Devontae Adams charged with a misdemeanor assault for the pushing of a freelance photographer working in Kansas City on the Monday night game. He's got a November 10th court date. Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers didn't practice with a thumb injury. They say he'll be ready to go.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
Cliff Kingsbury is in over his head as a head coach, and I think the system that they're running in Arizona does not suit Kyler Murray well.
More from KJ and Max Thursday morning at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio. Call the Coach with Timmy Chang on ESPN Honolulu. Brought to you in part by
Ruby Tuesday, Hawaii, IBEW Local 1186, Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union, Hawaii Pacific Health, HGEA, and Pacxa.
lot to talk about today. It's been a month since we've been here. We'll talk Duquesne, New Mexico. But first order of business, I need everybody's participation in wishing Timmy Chang a very happy birthday to you. Woo! Happy birthday to you. Woo! Happy birthday, dear Timmy. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Make a big wish. I think we all know what it'll be. Yeah, there you go.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. I tell you what, I spent my birthday on the airplane flying home at San Diego, and we're straight in the office figuring out Nevada, and so that's how I spent my birthday. So this is special to me. Thank you guys for.
There you go.
Rick, thank you guys. Thank you.
We really do love the fact that you can be so honest and open, and you can share that with me.
Yeah, no doubt.
But we do have a lot to get to today. We'll get to Nevada here in the second half of the show, but let's take a step back. Since we last met here at Ruby Tuesday, Duquesne win, New Mexico State loss, San Diego State loss. We'll get to San Diego State in just a second. Let's just take a step back. First win against Duquesne at home must have felt pretty good.
It did. The defense played really well. I thought. I think we had a special teams block punt. Could have had, I think, 2 more, but we roughed the punter on another. It's just a lot of things to clean up still. But you enjoyed with a victory, and it was our first together, and it was a good win. But definitely a point in time where you look and you watch the film and you see there's a lot of areas to grow in.
And so while a lot of people may have thought that the team was going in the right direction, New Mexico State happened. What happened there?
Yeah, that's probably out of all the games, I think that's the most disappointing feeling coming into the locker room that I had, and the discussion and the talk that I had with the team in the locker room. Talk about effort, and we talk about our mentality and how we want to play, and our physicality and how we want to be, and on defense and offense and special teams, and it didn't show up. And so, you talk to those guys about it, you watch the film, you show them what they're doing, and it was right on time for a bye week for us, I think. It couldn't have came at a better time to kind of recess, regroup, and kind of recalibrate their mindset. I think that's the biggest thing, is their mindset and understanding, we practice and we do our fundamental technique, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but at 7:30 when you're in New Mexico, at 6 o'clock where you're in the Clarence T.C. Ching, field, is it showing up? Where's your mind at? What are you doing to get better throughout the week? Because that's where the game's won. The game's won during the week at practice. The game's won, in the film room with your coach. The understanding of the game plan, the understanding of your opponent and what they're doing. And so all those things had to be addressed in the bye week. But New Mexico wasn't a good showing at all. I think, defensively, I know we didn't want them to rush the ball for that much. And, and offensively, I think we took a step forward, but we left a lot on the field on that night.
Okay, so let's get that behind us. Let's talk San Diego State. I think a lot of people were really excited, and I've got a few questions about it, but let's just go ahead and your overall thoughts on what ended up being such a close game lost in the final seconds.
Yeah, we start a conference play. I'm very familiar with our conference, having been in it for 5 years. Understand San Diego State and what they wanted to be. San Diego State was a team that, went into Boise State the week before. They're up. It was a tale of 2 halves. They're up 13-0 against Boise State. Probably feeling really good going to halftime, and then now, Boise State finds their quarterback. They left their offensive coordinator go. They have a new offensive coordinator. A quarterback comes in. He starts running the ball. He starts pulling it, and it just kind of it was a tale of 2 halves for San Diego State, and so it didn't leave a good taste in their mouth. I must suspect, because they let their offensive coordinator go, coming into our week. Mm-hmm. And so our defense, just knowing San Diego State, it's always a physical game. It's always about field position. You know they're going to run the ball. And so, the main emphasis was us trying to stop the run and making sure that we make them one-dimensional. And for us on offense, we knew what type of defense they have. They're better. They're one of the better defensive front teams that you face, every year. Coach Brady Hoke has made a reputation for himself of being a great coach, and he's a D-line coach. And he was the head coach of Michigan. And I remember when Coach Rocky Long got him at San Diego State, he changed that whole defensive line, and they got really good really fast. And so for us on offense, we had to control them. We had to establish a run game, and then we had to figure out ways how to throw the ball down the field. And so, what you saw was, in the game, it was a really good defensive effort of stopping the run. I think that quarterback, he's a first-time quarterback. We were scouting him on offense as a safety, and he came in that game having practiced 4 days and ended up throwing for 300 yards. I mean, I told our guys we had to tip our hat off to a guy like that, and we forced him into throwing the ball. Defense held him, to 16 points, but it happens, and that kid played really well. And so, offensively, the things where the light bulb starts to come on. I just left the meeting room with our offensive guys, and the light bulb is starting to come on. And what they have to realize is that the inefficiencies show up. They show up, and if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, just someone not doing what they do here, someone not doing what they do here, it kills drives because we kept moving the ball. Then we stall out right about midfield, and now we're playing field position with San Diego State. And so you have to be more efficient and take your shots when you have them and get the ball in the end zone and score.
It's Call the Coach. It's more like Contact the Coach. You can text in 808-296-1420. You can give us a call if you want. We'd be more than happy to talk to you on the phone. We've got a few texts in, but let's get to this real quick. What was the difference between New Mexico State running for 400-plus yards and San Diego State, who is one of the better rushing teams in the country? You guys did a remarkable job holding them to 16. What was the difference from those two games?
I think our defensive line, linebackers and safeties, really did a good job. I thought they really did a good job of plugging the holes. The linebackers were downhill in the gaps, and they were playing behind the line of scrimmage. And if that thing ever squirted out and came out, our safeties were there to fill in the behind gaps. And so they were all on the same page. They were playing downhill, and it really looked like Hawaii football. How those guys were, playing behind the line of scrimmage, flying around, downhill, gang tackling, those type of things. And so that's what felt good.
What happened with two kicks going out of bounds?
Yeah, to me it shows up as a mental thing, right? These guys practice over and over and over and over, and at that one time, at that one particular time, it's not where he wants it to go. And I've seen that kid kick, now hundreds of balls, touchbacks in the end zone, and for him to just let one loose, go to the left, it's a mental thing. Mm-hmm. It's a mental thing. He knows how to do it. He's repped it over and over and over. Now it's about doing it at that specific time and being able to do it efficiently. The second one, we didn't want to kick it to their returner, so we called a sky kick, and it
didn't work out.
It didn't work out.
Tons of stuff. I know that you had Travis LeBoy visit practice on Friday. A former Rainbow Warrior, played in the NFL with the Tennessee Titans and a couple of other different teams. He talked about everybody playing for the guy next to them, doing each and every 1/11th, doing your job 1/11th. I know that you and I have had conversations about sometimes it's just one or two plays. That's been the case for the last couple of games, hasn't it?
It's really, when you look at your team, and there's teams that win and there's teams that lose, and that's the bottom line. When a team is really good, everybody's on the same page, everybody's doing their job, everybody's efficient. When you look at bad teams, it's every room takes a turn not doing their job. It could be on offense, could be the O-line room one time, could be the running back room, could be the quarterback room, receiver room, tight end, etc. And so you really just have to all completely be on the same page doing your job at all times, because that's what the sport demands.
I got to say that you guys have given yourselves an unbelievable opportunity, both in the turnover battle, because at home you guys have had more turnovers than even on the road, and it seems that between penalties and turnovers, you're at least winning that battle. That has not been, knock on wood, let's just do that real quick, that hasn't been a situation for you both on the road and in your win against Duquesne.
You know, I really like that our guys are disciplined in that, you know, because that's like a discipline that shows up in your locker room. You know, it's a discipline that falls upon me as the leader. That, hey, if I can't control my guys, you know, what kind of coach are you? And so, you know, that's good to see that, hey, we're not hurting ourselves with penalties. Okay, you know, we're not making those type of mistakes and errors. But, you know, I think that's what the bye week helped provide for us. It helped provided us, and Travis's talk came right on time, because what Travis said to him is, hey, when we first came in, and I was there, I was with Travis in that class, is that, you know, we were 3-9 our first year coming in 2000, right? And what Travis told him is like, hey, you know, guys, it's when you watch the film, it's 3, 4, 5 plays, right? And June used to say it all the time. You never know when these plays are coming, but you gotta be ready to make the play. You gotta know everybody's job. What we're trying to do is build smart football players, because if everybody in that room knows what their job is, knows the guy's job next to them, knows the other guy's job, and you start to learn all 11 guys' jobs, it makes you play, you know, free and loose, and now you can use your whole athletic skill set. And so we want those guys detailed. We want those guys bought in. And I tell them this every day now. I go, if you love each other like the brotherhood, like you go in that locker room and you love each other, well, show me you love your brother by getting in your coach's office, by doing the extra, by making great choices when you leave this practice field. Because that's how you're going to show me you love this program and you love the guy next to you, is the decisions and choices that you make when you leave here. And so, you know, I was very, even though we lost against San Diego State, I was very happy about how they played. And I really cannot wait to see these guys play again, because it's like I want to solve the next problem with them, right? I got to keep seeing it. Okay, if I know you don't know this, then okay, let's go work on this. If we're deficient here, then we can start working on this. And so I just want to see these guys play, and the game can't come soon enough for me, you know. So I'm excited.
Real quick, we're gonna take a timeout here in just a second, but first, Shannon Ka'ahanui says, Hau'oli Lahanao, coach from the island of Molokai, big fan of UH football, and then he throws in a plug. We have our last 8-man football game against Hana this weekend. Go Bows and go Molokai Farmers. There we go. We will take a timeout. When we come back, I've sort of buried the lead, but when we come back with Call the Coach here at Ruby Tuesday, we're talking offense with head coach Timmy Chang. We'll be right back.
Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union brings you advice for life. Can you quickly and easily locate your home insurance information and tax documents? What about other vital documents like your marriage and birth certificates? If not, it's time to get your house in order with the Ho'okele Guidebook. This guidebook can help you get all your important info in one place. Download the free guidebook today at www.hifi-cu.com. Membership open to Oahu and Maui residents, federally insured by NCUA.
Life is busy, but there's one thing you should make a priority: scheduling your mammogram. Breast cancer is one of the most common cancers affecting women in Hawaii, and mammograms are essential for finding it early. With comprehensive care teams and breast specialists, Hawaii Pacific Health is here to help you live healthier. Get your mammogram with us in October and receive a special gift while supplies last. Make an appointment today at hawaiipacifichealth.org/mammogram.
Some people think of public workers as statistics, numbers, positions that are unnecessary. But public workers include police dispatchers, lifeguards, principals, and other school workers like safety and security specialists and educational assistants, public health nurses, and thousands more real people who play important roles that every community needs. So those public workers, we shouldn't take them for granted. They provide essential services that benefit us all. A message from HGEA.
Never
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal, the sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us, on the roads that unite us. With nearly 6,000 stores and over 17,000 auto care centers, Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Stop by your nearest Napa store and save big on a variety of product specials. This month, Napa Auto Parts Hawaii has the fuel to keep you firing on all cylinders. Get $10 off instantly when you purchase 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil with any pair of wiper blades. This offer is only good for the month of October, so get in gear and into your local Napa Auto Parts store while supplies last. Visit NapaOnline.com to find the auto parts location nearest you. With 33 stores throughout the islands, Napa Auto Parts is helping Hawaii get up and go. At participating locations, exclusions apply. Offer ends 10/31/22.
Here's something new from Pacxa, Hawaii's premier technology provider. HPE Electra powers your data from edge to cloud. The HPE data infrastructure is AI-driven, built for cloud, and delivered as a service. The solution provides fast, consistent performance and 99.9999% guaranteed availability. To learn more and to schedule a demo with Pacxa, Hawaii's HPE Gold partner, go to paxa.com/Electra. That's paxa.com/ALLETRA.
Call the Coach with Timmy Chang on ESPN Honolulu.
Call the Coach with Timmy Chang. Yeah, that's right. The birthday boy this past Sunday. How is that? It's not bad that I asked how old you turned.
41.
41. There you go. Okay.
Yep.
Welcome to the 4th floor.
Yeah.
Wait till you get to the 5th floor. It's way different. Okay, let's talk offense. First, we've got a couple of text messages. Have you considered using Murray, Jordan, number 7, at running back?
No.
Just asking.
No.
Okay.
He's an all-conference receiver that came to us, and we put him back to his natural position at receiver, and we'll use him in some blocking situations. But just kind of pulling back his role a little bit for us was important, and just kind of in general important for the offense.
Okay, Craig asked, this was another text message. He asked about the kickoff out of bounds. I know you answered that, so that was just a mental errors. Craig asked, and it's a question that we have, who called the plays on offense for against San Diego State?
Shoemaker.
Okay, easy. There you go, Craig. How much, though, you've been talking about being more involved in the offense. How much more involved, and what exactly does that mean?
It's a collaborative effort with us as a offensive staff. At Shoemaker is the head, and Ursula is the receiver coach, Sheffield's the tight end coach, Keiki's the running back coach, and Roman Sapolo is the offensive line coach. I really oversee, what Coach Shoemaker has inputted in, and kind of really oversee everything at this point. Kind of pulling everything together, and seeing where we are deficient at. The understanding of the game is really it's important. It's everything. My background, it happens to be throwing the ball, vertically and around the field, and as my time with coaching has gone on through the years, there's other aspects of the game that I've learned. And so there's, we all bring a little bit something different to the table. But as far as overall, Coach Shoemaker calls it, and it's his terminology. But I have have the say in what's going on.
How much is it changing from what was implemented at the beginning of the season to what you're used to doing with the run and shoot?
It's kind of everything, right? It's what I know. It's what I'm comfortable with. And it's at the end of the day, it's how can we get in the end zone,
right?
And so that's what matters.
Mike is asking, Aloha Coach, can you walk us through the thoughts taking place prior to scoring the go-ahead touchdown? That's the 22-yarder by Diedrich, through San Diego State kicking the winning field goal.
Yeah.
And go Bows, by the way.
Yep. So they had the ball going down. They got pretty close, and I was ready to call a timeout. They threw an incomplete pass, so I got to save a timeout. And then they went for a field goal. They actually missed it. So we get on the field. We have a chance to take the lead, being down 13-7. And we had to call our best drive. And so, there's a couple things inside there that, we actually ran the ball down there pretty good. RPO'd, had some big-time throws, big-time catches by some guys. And that 22-yarder was a 12 personnel call where, DJ made a good play and got in and really running the ball down there really helped. It helped eat some clock and maybe not enough clock, but we ended up getting in there, kicking the extra point and taking the lead by 1. I think when the turnaround happened, it's never a good statistic when you kick the ball out of bounds. And so, starting at the 35 with a minute 19 left, we had to make a play. We were in man coverage predominantly down the field. And so, I showed the defense what we did. I showed them their first series and I showed them their last series. And, being downhill, being physical, that's what we wanted from them to start the game. And with a minute 19 and someone has to make a play, we had to take our hat off to that quarterback. Yeah. I mean, he went 5 for 5. There was a penalty in there, a pass interference penalty in there, but he made every throw. I mean, the first throw, he's engulfed by 5 guys. He steps right, he steps left, steps up, and then he flings the ball to the sideline, and that's how he starts to drive with a first down with a throw that's underneath the guy's head, and it was a really good play, a really good throw. He throws an out, he throws a slant, he throws a jump ball fade down the corner, and then they kick the field goal to go ahead. And so, hats off to them. They made the plays when needed and necessary, and we didn't, coming down. But I thought our defense played well, and I thought we again on offense we're leaving things on the field that if we're just more efficient, those balls are going in the end zone.
Well, most people will say if you can hold a team to 16 points, you should win. And so that wasn't the case. So obviously the offense didn't do entirely its job. Another text says, "What's up, Coach? Keep teaching. Love it." Always nice to hear some positive remarks. Random question. Time for a random question. Favorite poke?
I actually like furikake salmon or some furikake ahi.
Okay. Is it white rice or brown rice?
I'm a white rice guy, but if you do have brown rice, I'll take it because it's healthier.
Okay, so let me further the question by saying, are you all right with hopper rice?
Oh, I never had it.
Really?
No.
The mixture?
No.
Yeah, it sucks. Don't. Just go white or brown. White or brown. Okay, let's get back to football. We've got another text message in. Defense, Warrior Dogs. You guys played an awesome defensive effort, and it was attack. Is that what the defense did? Was it more attacking?
Yeah, it was them fitting them behind the scrimmage. If you win the line of scrimmage in football, especially running the ball, it makes it tough. You take away one dimension, and now it forces them to just throw, and that's what they did. That's what the defense did, and it was really good. It was really good.
Jeff is asking, are the tight ends still a big part of the offense?
Yep, tight ends are. We had one in Nevada. My last year coaching the tight ends, I had a guy named Cole Turner who now plays for the Washington Redskins, and he's a 6'6", 215 receiver that came to us from Oregon. Big old kid. He didn't play his first 2 years. He was behind the kid that plays at San Jose right now, Cooks, and he was playing behind Romeo Dobbs at Green Bay. And so this kid was, there was no home for him. He was playing behind two solidified starters, and he was ready to move. And so, whether it was transfer or we changed his position. So I get him at tight end, and of course we're running the air raid offense by Hal Mummy, and we have his son Matt Mummy on staff, and Cole ended up being a dominant player for us, special teams wise, but receiver wise. His first game, I think he had like 138 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he was all first year at tight end, he was all-conference tight end of the year. He really didn't block that much, but he's a problem when you on the perimeter blocking. He's a problem catching, and then when he learned how to block the following year, you added him into all these extra gaps and stuff. And so, that it's good to have those big type guys. It's good to have those little guys. It's good to have fast guys. That's what you really want.
Speaking of fast, how much of a difference did the return of Zion Bowens make?
Yeah, Zion, I think, had 108 yards or so.
Coincidentally, he had 108 yards on October 10th. I mean,
Yeah.
October 8th.
Yeah, and his speed is different, right? It's he's the only senior in the receiver room. There's only through our skills. There's only three seniors. There's Caleb Phillips at tight end. There's Zion Bowens, and there's Dietrich Parsons, and that's it. Everybody else is a junior, sophomore, or freshman, or true freshman that we're playing with. And so losing Zion on the first 6 plays of Vanderbilt, and then now getting him back, he's a difference maker. And so I look forward to keep playing with him. And then what happened was that the younger guys got to develop during that time. Even though it's a rough time, they got to develop, and developing is good.
Tamatoa back at slot. You utilized Koali Nishigaya. I'm sure getting a bunch of these receivers. Yeah, you can go ahead and clap. Using a bunch of these receivers, getting them back and being able to put them in the lineup must help.
It helps. It helps. When we're starting to build depth now, right? I'm not looking at these guys as sophomores or freshmen or redshirt freshmen. I'm starting to look at like, hey, this is your job, right? Welcome to college football, FBS football. And so, we talk to them in a high level, and we expect them to get better. We expect them to make the plays. We expect them to be professionals, and we're starting to get that from those guys. Koali, amazing. Koali's a walk-off. And he does unbelievable for us. He's a big help. He just gets open.
Calls at 808-296-1420. You can text us as well. Coach is waiting to answer some of your questions. If you've got questions here, we have a mic for you. And yes, while it's embarrassing, you might want to have a question for Coach. This is the time to do it. We're going to take halftime. It's halftime here at Ruby Tuesday. We'll have more with Call the Coach and Timmy Chang when we come back, including Nevada and going up against his former team. We'll have that for Call the Coach in just a minute.
Here's something new from Pacxa, Hawaii's premier technology provider. HPE Electra powers your data from edge to cloud. The HPE data infrastructure is AI-driven, built for cloud, and delivered as a service. The solution provides fast, consistent performance and 99.9999% guaranteed availability. To learn more and to schedule a demo with Pacxa, Hawaii's HPE Gold partner, go to paxa.com/Electra. That's paxa.com/ALLETRA.
Well, what you doing now?
I'm doing my own PV system, and I get homey fall-proof gear.
Well, I don't think bubble wrap and duct tape going to work.
Yeah, I get them. Check this out.
Okay. Well, you okay?
I think that heat expanding stuff is true. Getting smoking hot in here.
Oh, no.
It's raining over here. How we pump all the stuff? Oh, careful.
Make sure to have an electrical contractor and licensed electrician do your photovoltaic installations and electrical work.
IBEW Local 1186, lighting your path to the future.
What does the 50th anniversary of Title IX mean? It means I'm valued, I'm empowered, I can do anything. It means I'll pave the way for every girl who plays high school sports in the future, just like every female student, coach, official, and administrator blaze the trail for me. Because every student deserves the opportunity to play. Encourage girls you know to participate in Hawaii high school sports.
This message presented by the HHSAA and the Hawaii Interscholastic Athletic Directors Association.
Hardware Hawaii. Customer first in Kailua.
Hi, this is Eddie. I'm the lead lumber for Hardware Hawaii in Kailua. I like helping customers find what they need. It's not like another stranger just shopping here. My customers are like my friends, and then I just help them all, and I feel good. And it just makes my day. We're out here in the lumberyard ready to serve you.
Hardware Hawaii. Customer first in Kailua.
2000, 2008, 2022. When it comes to the economy, those are some scary years. .com crash, housing crash, and the roller coaster we're going through right now. It's a dangerous time to not know your numbers. But over 31,000 businesses have the confidence and clarity they need because they rely on NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 cloud financial system. NetSuite gives you visibility and control of financials, inventory, HR, planning, and budgeting. Manage risk, get reliable forecasts, improve margins. Everything you need all in one place. So, how do you prepare for uncertain times? The answer, NetSuite. NetSuite helps you identify rising costs, automate your business processes, and easily see where to save money. That's why 93% of customers say they improved their visibility and control when they upgraded to NetSuite. What are you waiting for? NetSuite is offering a one-of-a-kind flexible financing program. Head to netsuite.com/play. netsuite.com/play.
Call the Coach with Timmy Chang on ESPN Honolulu.
This is Call the Coach with Timmy Chang. Thanks, Chris. Okay, let's get right back to questions. Random question. When are coaches able to speak with players that enter the transfer portal? Also, they can only sign during the signing period? Question mark.
Oh,
so when can you talk to players that are actually trying to get into the transfer portal?
When they get in, we can start talking to them.
So once they enter the port, once they've made the commitment to enter the portal.
Yeah, and there's dates. Yeah,
and it's ever changing.
There's new dates, and it is ever changing. The landscape of college football is changing under our feet as we talk, and the conversations that are having across the country are you got to stay on top of it. But there is a period in which coaches, players they can say they're going in the portal, but really there's no, there's specific rules on when they can sign, when they can't sign, when they can, start visiting and doing all these things. And so,
and it's changing as we speak because it's so new. Right? 53 new players here. I believe that Nevada has 55 new players.
Yep.
But losing 44, it's just constantly changing. So they have to create new rules, right?
Yes. The newest rule is that you could only, if you were to lose 44 players, right? The rule before was that you could only sign 25, and so you would have a whole bunch of scholarships that had to go somewhere, but you couldn't sign more than that. Then this past signing year, they gave you 7 extra scholarships if you had room and guys got into the portal at a certain time. Now, by the time May hit, that was like last year in December. Now, when May hit this past year, they're like, you know what? Just get to 85 now. And so the rules are constantly changing. There's so and they're big rules. And we had a discussion with our compliance officer and our athletic director and our assistant athletic director today about a kid. But the conversations that we ended up talking about after the meeting was about how all these rules really stress departments. You got to take into account in the transfer portal. You got to take into account the school's aspect. Like we start school on January 9th, and so what if the admissions people are not working from December to January during that time in your given school? They need a break too. Mm-hmm. And so how do we work with our our departments and our university to get these kids into school, given the rules that the NCAA put down on us? That you can only sign from this time to this time. Well, that puts the stress on all these other people on trying to get the classes in, making sure their progress toward degree, their degrees caught up. Are they sufficing all their things that make them academically and eligible to play?
Well, since you're on radio here, we're also on Facebook and Twitter, YouTube. 808-296-1420 is the number to call or text. But while we're on, why don't we use just a moment to talk about what's needed most? You've been through spring. You've been through fall camp. We're headed into Game 7. You're almost halfway done with the season. Have you recognized some of the positions that you're needing the most players or spots that you need to fill? Let's go ahead and use this time to somebody listening out there. My kid can play. This might be a good opportunity.
Yeah, we speed's always a good one, right? Guys with speed, guys that fly around the field. Mm-hmm. Speed's a big part of football. Size is a big part of football, and so we need guys with size. We need guys with length. because they correct habits on their own. There's a lot of guys in the offensive line that will be graduating, guys on defensive line that will be graduating. We can never use enough corners here in the state of Hawaii, because they provide speed, they provide depth. And so I think those three positions are a definite need for us.
Okay, so Joe Doomlau says, Coach, we hear about how much a quarterback changes, and we'll get to that in just a second, when he gets the offense, when he gets it. But how much does a receiver change when he gets it, when he gets the offense, and does that propel the offense?
No doubt. I think if you look at the good teams across the country, they all have good quarterbacks. I used UCLA as an example. DTR is pretty damn good right now, and their team is 5-0. Shager will get there. I believe in him, and that's kind of why we wanted to settle down the carousel and the battle is like, hey, let's buy and invest into a guy, and let's invest the reps into him. Let's let him see it. Let's let him go through the process. And I thought he was 10. He was 10 for 20 in the first half, and there's not all of them are that fall on his shoulders. They fall on receiver shoulders and those and other things that can happen during the course of the game. But I think he really started to settle down in the second half, and he started to see the throws a little bit better. And we need him to do that, right? Right before I got here, we were just talking about throwing the ball over people's head and what that looks like, and what safety positions look like, and what corner squatted look like. And so we're going to test people vertically, and if they don't back up, I expect the ball to be going over the head this Saturday.
So there was an earlier question. I kind of passed over it, just skipping through some stuff. And one of the questions was, how much are you actually tutoring the quarterbacks? I mean, you are a record-setting college quarterback. How much do they look to you for knowledge, for teaching them?
Me and Coach Shu work really good together, and I thought we would. It was Coach, it's Coach Shu's offense and his implement on what he was doing. Now I got a heavy hand in it, and we work really well together. He brings, Coach Shu brings something to the table that I don't have, and I add something different that he doesn't. And so, that's a good marriage when you're on the same page. And so, we're both in that quarterback room. We're talking to the guys. We're bringing what we know. He just had a Walter Payton Award winner. I've been able to play the position and coach the position, for a number of years now. And so, really, it's just getting those guys those reps that they need. And so, if you come to practice, you're going to see the ball being thrown, in Manoa, and you're going to see it on the ground as well. And we want to make sure that we keep teams off balance.
Time for more random questions for Timmy Chang. Chopsticks or fork?
Ooh, chopsticks.
Favorite shave ice flavor?
Strawberry.
Ooh, I wouldn't have pegged you for strawberry.
I love strawberry.
I thought maybe like vanilla or like rainbow or something.
No, I can go strawberry vanilla. That'd probably be the best combo.
Strawberry vanilla. Okay,
yeah.
Chuck Norris or Steven Seagal?
Ooh.
Oh.
Is that even a question?
That's
Chuck Norris.
No, you got to go. Okay, there. Oh, yes, that's awesome. Okay, I like Steven Seagal too, but I do like Chuck Norris. Okay, Scott says, will Texas still be a recruiting ground for players?
Yeah, I think for us it's everywhere. I mean, we're we're everywhere right now. I mean, we're in Canada, we're in Mississippi, we're in Australia, we're in New Zealand, we're in New Mexico, we're in Texas. We are looking under everything that we can find good players, and we need good players.
Lewis from Eva Beach said he went to his second UH-Michigan game, was proud of the boys playing hard to the end, no head hanging, super effort, and improvement in penalties, fumbles, interceptions against number 4 team in the nation. Michigan's second and third teams are starters in 70% of the FBS teams across the country. Their fans impressed. We traveled. I said, this is big-time football. Our team playing one of the best is a great experience for our players and UH fans who support Go Bows.
No doubt. No doubt. The experience at Michigan was unbelievable. That's a college football playoff team. When you play teams like that, the best thing about the film is that, okay, this is what it looks like, guys. If you want to be a top 25 program year in and year out, this is what it looks like. This is what the tape looks like. This is where we got to get better at. And so you have right there on film proof about where we need to get to. And I'm not going to stop till we get it. And
It is the standard, isn't it?
It's the standard.
From stadium
no
to
doubt.
facilities.
No doubt. And that's why I challenge these guys. It's like, hey, this is the standard, and you're either gonna rise above the standard, and we're gonna keep grinding and keep working and keep making great decisions, or I'm gonna find guys that are gonna get there. And it's a combination of both, because we have great guys. You know, and there's a lot of great players that are gonna leave us, and so we got to fulfill those needs as well.
Do you believe in moral victories?
Yeah. There's, you know, some of the greatest learnings and teachings happen through failure. You know, that's what happens. You know, you get knocked down, you get back up. You get knocked down, you get back up. It's who you find yourself during the adversity. You know, it's what makes you.
808-296-1420, the number to call or text in if you've got questions for Coach Timmy Chang. We're running out of time here, so you can still come down and enjoy some great food, and maybe Rick Nakashima will even serve it to you. He might even do that. That's right. Yes, gracious host here. How far along has Braden Shager come? We've been talking about him a little bit, but how much, in your estimation, has he started to grasp everything that you're trying to teach him?
You know, it's been a couple weeks since we started collaborating with Coach Shoemaker, so it's going to take a little bit, right? Mm-hmm. You know, my equivalent to it is there's a guy that put on this headset, sat right here, had this job, and we got in at the same time, and that's Coach Rolovich. You know, Nick was Nick's a friend of mine. You know, in fact, I texted him last night, and you know, I came in from St. Louis knowing the offense. He came in from San Francisco City College not knowing the offense. Now, there were 9 quarterbacks in that room, and he came out the starter. I became out the backup as a true freshman. Him a junior college transfer, and he got thrown in there against Portland State right down the street here in the Law Stadium, and we ended up losing that game, right? He ended up playing the second game. We'll go to UTEP. You know, after the first half, I came in and replaced him, and then he sat until I got injured in San Jose, and then he played against Fresno and Carr. But you know, I played the whole freshman year besides those 3 games, and you know, Nick didn't have all the offense grasped yet at that time, right? We fast forward, we play the second year together. I'm a sophomore, I'm the starter, I go in. I get injured against Rice, I break my wrist. He comes in, and then he goes 8-1 or 8-1 or something, and he has the greatest 4-game stretch I've ever seen a quarterback have. I mean, when you watched him at practice, the ball didn't touch the ground. Like, the last 4 games, the last 4 practices, we played Ben Roethlisberger, Miami of Ohio. You know, we played, BYU, and the confidence that him and the receivers had, and I know that was one of the questions on top of there when the receivers start to get it. You know, when they start to get it, when the quarterback and receivers are on the same page, it starts to get scary, and it really starts to hum. And so, you know, when talking about Shager, it's going to take a little time. It will, and that's why we got to stay with him. And the other quarterbacks that are behind him, they got to pay attention. They got to learn through what Shager's doing. They got to learn what we're talking about. They got to put themselves in that position like Nick did, you know, sitting back watching me for a year, and then when he got his opportunities, I think he played SMU. I was at home with a broken wrist, watching Nick win a close game. I think maybe in overtime at SMU, and that was the start of Nick Rolovich and where it took him to. But I keep bringing up that. It keeps reminding me about the process of the quarterback and the learning. That's going to take a little time, mm-hmm. But once he gets it, and once they get it, it's going to be pretty awesome.
Final timeout here at Ruby Tuesdays. This is Call the Coach, 808-296-1420. We'll be back with the fourth quarter right after this quick break.
Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union brings you advice for life. Can you quickly and easily locate your home insurance information and tax documents? What about other vital documents like your marriage and birth certificates? If not, it's time to get your house in order with the Ho'okele Guidebook. This guidebook can help you get all your important info in one place. Download the free guidebook today at www.hifi-cu.com. Membership open to Oahu and Maui residents, federally insured by NCUA.
Life is busy, but there's one thing you should make a priority: scheduling your mammogram. Breast cancer is one of the most common cancers affecting women in Hawaii, and mammograms are essential for finding it early. With comprehensive care teams and breast specialists, Hawaii Pacific Health is here to help you live healthier. Get your mammogram with us in October and receive a special gift while supplies last. Make an appointment today at hawaiipacifichealth.org/mammogram.
Here's something new from Pacxa, Hawaii's premier technology provider. HPE Electra powers your data from edge to cloud. The HPE data infrastructure is AI-driven, built for cloud, and delivered as a service. The solution provides fast, consistent performance and 99.9999% guaranteed availability. To learn more and to schedule a demo with Pacxa, Hawaii's HPE Gold partner, go to paxa.com/Electra. That's paxa.com/ALLETRA. Here's TNT Tinting's founder, Tommy Silva.
One of our most popular products today is our Lumar Select Pro Valor Self-Healing Paint Protection Film, or PPF for short. It's a 6 mil thick clear urethane film that covers some or all of your vehicle's painted surfaces. No more costly damage from loose gravel, bird droppings, road tar, and road debris. This new generation PPF is not only self-healing, but also has a hydrophobic ceramic top coat, keeping it glossy and stain resistant with the best manufacturer's 12-year warranty. With Valor, you get paint protection film and a ceramic coating in one.
So if you have a new vehicle, visit TNTTinting.com or call and get our new vehicle 15% off Valor PPF special. Limited time only. Call now.
You got a friend in the business at TNT.
BMW of Honolulu presents University of Hawaii football all season long, exclusively on ESPN Honolulu. Broadcasts start with countdown to kickoff 2 hours before each game. Then, listen to the action on the official radio partner of University of Hawaii Sports, ESPN Honolulu. Also brought to you by Finance Factors, City Mill, Young's Fish Market, the Waikiki Malia by Outrigger, UHA Health, Metal Gold Dairies, and Spectrum Mobile.
Call the Coach with Timmy Chang on ESPN Honolulu.
Fourth quarter here at Ruby Tuesday for Call the Coach with Timmy Chang. Quick random question: hamburger or hot dog?
Oh, hamburger. What kind of hamburger?
Oh, you that's up to you.
You know what? Being back home in Hawaii, I've had the past 8-9 months have been all Maze hamburgers. Shout out to Maze.
You can't go wrong with Maze hamburgers.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong.
The price did go up, though, for some reason.
Of course it did. Of course it did. Okay, ribs. Beef ribs or pork ribs?
Pork.
Sauce or rub?
Sauce.
Okay, that's it for random questions. Let's talk Nevada. Okay, Nevada, by the way, just to let everybody know, Nevada, their quarterback, Nate Cox, he's 6'9". He's 215 pounds. He's in his fifth year. In 123 attempts, he's only got one interception. What do you think of, first of all, what do you think of Nevada? Because this is a team that you coached from 2017 to 2021.
Yep.
Tight ends, receivers.
Yeah.
This is going to be good for you.
You know what? My kids, they talk about Reno all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They grew up there. I mean, 2 of them were born in the city of Reno.
Out a big hand for the Chang gang. Chang gang.
That's home. That was a home for them for the last 5 years. And they got in. We got engulfed into the community and that university. And I sat in a lot of those kids' living rooms. I coached a lot of those kids on special teams or in my room. I've had them over for dinners. I know them. I know their families. I know their friends. I know their girlfriends, their wives, their babies. It's it's one of those things where, this is what the sport's about. This is what coaching's about. It's about the relationships. And I really, really enjoyed our time at Nevada and building that program. It was one of those things where we had to come in and we had to build it, and we got it built, and they were a tough program. We were really good. We were really good, had really good football teams. And now I get to play against these guys. I love those guys. We're gonna go to battle for 3 hours, and we're gonna go at it. Make no mistake about it. We'll go at it. And I told my guys, it's gonna be another, just like San Diego State was a tough game and a physical game. This one's gonna be physical, and make no exceptions about it. And so, we want to play. We want to play them tough, and we want to go get this win.
Harry's on the phone. Harry, thanks for calling the coach. You got a question about the offense? Go ahead.
Hi, Coach Timmy. I just want to say that I've been going to UH games since my father used to take me in the old Honolulu Stadium, and I go to all the games. And I just want to say I want to thank you for opening up your offense, because we, as donors and people who pay good money to go, we don't expect you to win every game, but we want to be entertained, and I think the when you throw the ball, it's much more entertaining and fun. And when your first year that you played, and I think we were 3-9, but at least it was entertaining and fun, and there was hope for the future. And so that's all I wanted to say. That I'm glad we're throwing the ball. And good luck.
Thanks, Harry, for the phone call. Appreciate it.
Thank you. I just now that I'm coaching again, and I'm the head coach, right? But as a head coach, I was the coordinators had a lot of their say and a lot of their role, and now that I just left the room of the receivers, quarterbacks, tight ends, and running backs, we're all in the same room. We're all on the board. We're talking about the film, and we're just talking about squatted safeties. And I told him a story about I just told him a story before I got here about when I saw squatted safety, I just stepped up and I chucked that ball as high as I could, and I let that receiver just run right underneath it, whether it was Ashley Lee, Justin Colbert, Britton Comine, Chad Owens. I told him the state wants to see this ball up in the air. And so when you see a flat-footed safety just sitting there and squatted, we're going to throw the ball over his head. That's what I expect to see. And so I told him I expected we did it right here in Aloha Stadium, and I expect to see that on Saturday if they want to squat, okay? I expect to see that over the heads at the Clarence T.C. Ching Complex. And so, and that's what I'm used to, and that's what this state's used to. And so, if anybody wants to squat on us, we should be running by them.
I like that. That deserves a round of applause, yes. Real quick, we're almost out of time. There is a question first. Great job offensively. It seems like it's clicking way better. Do you feel like there's more that you can install in the offense, or more about perfecting what's already there?
Perfecting. It's perfecting. It's the little things. It's the perimeter things. It's the things on the perimeter. It's their eyes. It's their stance. It's their first step. It's reading coverage. It's being on the same page. It's everything. It's the art of doing the things right now. I think we had a lot of stuff in and not good at, and we weren't good at it yet. And that's the thing, is that we got to get good at what we do, and that's where it's at right now.
Next Call the Coach is going to be right here at Ruby Tuesday, Wednesday, October 26th. We'll have played Nevada. We'll have gone away to Colorado State, and it'll be just prior to Wyoming, and we're hoping that it'll be 2 straight wins for you, Coach.
I can't wait to play. I cannot wait to play.
Best way to support, come down here to Ruby Tuesday, support local. Mr. Rick Nakashima, gracious host, had a big hand for him. How about a big hand for head coach Timmy Chang? And on 3, let's all say go Bows. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's it from here, from Ruby Tuesday in Moanalua. Again, you can join us again October 26th, but if you really want to support, your next opportunity is this Saturday against the Nevada Wolfpack. Timmy, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
And that is another edition of Call the Coach. We'll see you on October 26th. Take care, everybody. Drive safe and have a great night.
You're listening to Call the Coach with Timmy Chang, brought to you in part by
Ruby Tuesday, Hawaii. IBEW Local 1186. Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union. Hawaii Pacific Health. HGEA and Pacxa.
This has been an exclusive presentation of ESPN Honolulu.
Here's something new from Pacxa, Hawaii's premier technology provider. HPE Electra powers your data from edge to cloud. The HPE data infrastructure is AI-driven, built for cloud, and delivered as a service. The solution provides fast, consistent performance and 99.9999% guaranteed availability. To learn more and to schedule a demo with Pacxa, Hawaii's HPE Gold partner, go to paxa.com/Electra. That's paxa.com/ALLETRA.
Strikes, spares, and touchdowns? That's right, Leeward Bowl Bar and Grill and 850 Craft Beer and Whiskey Bar are the perfect hangouts to watch live UH football.